Good morning, my friends, my brothers and sisters all over the world. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to some other people. You may ask yourself why am I playing Nigerian national anthem today? Good, I will come to that, my people. I will first of all say Happy Easter to all of you, those Christians out there. And I hope you and your family really enjoy yourselves or going to enjoy yourselves in this coming Easter. Actually, the reason why I chose to play Nigerian national anthem today is because of bad news coming from Nigeria. It is a pity that this type of thing is going to happen while our fellow brothers and sisters in the eastern region are not yet prepared. They thought that this day would not come, but it's fast approaching. Nigeria is now in the brink of collapsing. Not only economically, Nigeria is now collapsing gradually politically. You know, when they said, whosoever that killed must be killed. In the Bible, it says if you kill somebody with sword, you will face your death. Nigeria have been rising against their own fellow African brothers, sisters, well-wishers, in-laws, and relatives in the name of one Nigeria, slaughtering their fellow citizens, killing anything that blocks their way, eradicating any noise that comes from any angle. That is not democracy. Not everybody in Nigeria is happy the way Buhari is handling the nation. Nigeria has been a time bomb in that nation. And the man that came to rule the country with a certificate he acquired from NEPA bill. If those with real certificate could not manage or not patch the Nigerian sick government, I don't think that the person who is ruling the nation with NEPA bill can be able to make a change. Today, the news we are getting from Nigeria now is if this senator is not facing assassination, the other one is facing an attempt to kill. And Sanusi is now facing a heavy pressure from his own Hausa oligarchy, the criminals that are siphoning the whole resources of the nation. Because Sanusi said, I cannot keep on protecting you guys, you are criminals. Now Sanusi is facing impeachment. They are now pressing Sanusi to resign. Now they are climbing on each other. I think if at all the Igbos and their brothers in the eastern region part have been able to work as one, by now, as this thing is happening, you will just calm down organizing yourselves, putting things in order, writing a very powerful, solid constitution, putting an institution that will govern you tomorrow. Because one thing should make us from the eastern region fear. We should be afraid of something. One thing. Do you know what is that? Men looking at Southern Sudan should make us fear. Because if Nigeria dare disintegrate the way they are going to today, these guys from the northern Nigeria have already established what they call Sharia government. And this Sharia government is running under the federal government of Nigeria. That is a way they are practicing how to govern themselves when worst comes to worst. It's like they know that today will come. They know, they understand that something like this is going to happen. That is why all the governors from the northern Nigeria have adopted the bill being written by the, how will I put it, those who believe in Sharia law. They drafted the law and their people adopted it, and it passed into law and started governing these guys in their various states in northern Nigeria. Normal, it's not against the law, it's not against Nigerian constitution, but they use it, the loopholes in our constitution, to now prepare themselves for the worst. But the eastern region, what is your problem? What is your problem? Why don't you draft your own law and create a government under the government of Nigeria, which is stated under the Constitution of Nigeria, that will give us the room to start practicing how to govern ourselves, to be able to face difficulties, misunderstanding, to be able to work perfectly at the end of the day. No. Why must I allow Igbo man to dominate me? No. Why must a German rule me? No. Why must Enugu State man rule me? No. Look at this Imo State man. Why should you be the president? We are running helter-skelter with the fools of certificate and full of foolishness that we call knowledge. We are running up and down, thinking that we are the most wisest people in that nation. We are nobody. Look at the Nigeria now disintegrating. Nigeria is now falling apart from inside. And those that we call the cattle areas, those we call the Muslims, the Hausas, the non-entities, have already for a very long time established their Sharia government. And the eastern region does never call it Sharia government. They will tell you, how come that the Hausa man have implemented Sharia law into Nigerian constitution? It's unacceptable. Let me tell you now, it is not Sharia law. It is called Sharia government. They have every institution. They have their court. They have their various, they have their police. They run like a nation under the government of the whole northern Nigeria. Look at the Yorubas. Look at the Igbos. Look at the eastern region. Look at the indigenous people of Biafra. Where do you stand? You stand on climbing on top of your brother. I keep on preaching the need for reconciliation. Biafra war is long time ago over. I talking now, I'm now old. I did not witness Nigerian Biafra war. It's time we should keep our differences aside. It's time that River State people will forgive that our forefathers sent their forefathers into slavery. We should keep all those things aside so that we'll be able to forge ahead to make peace and success for the future of our children tomorrow. You know, I have been interviewing our people all over the eastern region. Some of them will tell me, I don't want to talk to you. This Biafra thing is full Igbo ideology. And forgotten, because I will not blame them. Do you know why that I will not blame my eastern region brothers and sisters? The time that I know that something wrong is going to happen is when the Nigerian government starts dismantling all the whole libraries in eastern region. There is no longer a library in our schools. Nobody can read history. Nobody can be able to acquire knowledge from what happened before. all the citizens of Eastern region. I will not call the whole Nigeria because I haven't been there in northern Nigeria. I doesn't know what's going on there. So all the whole citizens of the Eastern Nigeria are novice. They are like newborn babies that has no knowledge in them. Because how can a nation run? Even my little girl, my little daughter, does go to library here and look for Igbo German textbooks so that she will be able to read the dialect, the language of the father. But in Nigeria, can you see, even though as we call it one Nigeria, maybe Igbo Hausa or Igbo Yoruba or Igbo whatever, nothing. That nation is not a nation. That thing is a concoction, something formed together. Men looking at how Nigeria is running, you will understand that there is no nation. If anything happened today, it's like we are fighting for our independence now from the hands of the foreign powers that are operating in Nigeria. There is nothing in existence in Nigeria. Only that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Ask me what runs in Nigeria. Nothing. Ask yourself, look around. There is nothing that normal human being does acquire. Look, human being without knowledge is you are lost. You are lost. Nigeria, because of greed, because of hatred, because of to remain in power, because of holding authority, Nigeria just put their people in blindness, make their people not to. So the people will not even know what is going on again. The nation is it's like, I don't know. It's like how can I put it? There is nothing like Nigeria. There is only ceremonial independence that we got. Everything, look, since independence, look at that. Men, sorry, please, let me remove something. Men looking at Nigeria since independent. You guys, maybe you guys are older, maybe you guys are younger. Nigeria have never ever maintained anything that is been established by the colonial master, and after the colonial master, that those that have the spirit of a nation, the whole thing that they have built keep on falling apart since independence till today. Everything keeps on destroying himself. Nigeria is not growing. It's not. Nigeria is nothing. They call themselves elephant of Africa because the Americans, the Western countries are getting what they want in the nation. They give you bogey name, they give you elephant name, and Nigeria forgotten. They call you elephant of Africa. Read meaning into any name. Look, if white man want to kill you, he will change your name. Anytime the white man start changing your name, giving you names, know that you are close to your grave. They call Nigeria elephant of Africa. Go and read the meaning of elephant of Africa. The elephant has nothing good in it, only but the horn. Nigerians have never read meaning into this name. If at all, those professors, those knowledge, those wisest Nigerians that claim certificate of 1,010,000 have read meaning into things that are happening within them, they will be able to deviate from all this rubbish. Because elephant of Africa, elephant means you are big, yes. When you stand, it's like you cover the whole earth. But you are of no use. Nothing from your body that is useful, only but the horn. Or that should I call the name of Nigeria? Google the meaning of that name, Nigeria. If you Google it, you will now find out Nigeria that you are going about telling a white man, I'm a Nigerian, and he will laugh at you. He said, wow, oh, you mean it? You're from Nigeria? You say, yes, of course. They will laugh. Do you know why they laugh you? They know immediately you mention that thing, it's their tongue, it's their mother tongue. They understand what you said. Nigger area. The nigger area is the meaning of Nigeria. A white man will call you a nigger in the United States. You will take him to court. You will fight him. You will box him. But he's not making any mistake. And when you come to the court and judge will ask you, please, which nationality do you have? You said Nigeria. We say, okay. Maybe you misunderstand your language, or you misunderstand your name or your nationality. Being a Nigerian, you have stamped yourself automatically a nigger. So you don't need to fight anybody, any white, any tribe that call you nigger, because automatically your colonial master gave you that name, nigger area. There is a video that I do watch on YouTube. They have deleted that video. The time Queen Elizabeth I traveled to Nigeria, or the Queen Elizabeth II, yeah, I think she was still young then. She traveled to Nigeria. Do you know how BBC, if you go to BBC archive and research the past video, when Queen Elizabeth is still 20-something years old, or if she's too old, she may be about 25, on that video, you will see that they are telling you that the Queen, her Royal Majesty is traveling to Niggerland. It's not even nigger area. They call it Niggerland by then. And after leaving you from Niger Company, Nigger Company, we call it Niger Company. It's not Niger Company, it's Nigger Company. From Nigger Company to Nigger area, we call it Nigeria. Or should I mention the Naira that they gave to you? Go and research the meaning of Naira. Then you will know no Igbo man will rule Nigeria again. These guys are living in bondage. Everything around Nigeria should not be in existence. If you get independent from your colonial master, first of all, you will give yourself a name that you want to answer. They may call you whatever they like. Men looking at Boma, you remember Boma before. Where is Boma today? There is Myanmar. There is no longer Boma that the white people just call them. They tell you their name is Myanmar. If you can't call it, then you can bite your tongue. It's none of their problem. Nigeria, after getting independent, the first thing they could have done is to remove that name. If they love themselves, give themselves a good name that will show unity, that will represent united people, not Nigeria nigger, the same company that keeps on running. You know? So as I'm talking now, if you have anything to chip in, you may call in this number, or if you have Skype, you may join us through Skype on Biafran Today is my Skype ID, Biafran Today. If you research it, you will see it. But let me continue. Even the Yorubas, what are you getting in Nigeria? It's only those political elites. If Igbo say that they want to pull out of that nation, they have every right and reason, and I support them. It's my people. I have been to Lagos. I have been to East. These guys need to get out of that nation, because that nation is not doing them no good. In a country that the only people that does importation, majority, let me put it that way, the majority people that does importation come from East. The majority that does businesses abroad are from East. And Nigeria will tell you there is no dollar to do business. Nigeria will, even though there is dollar, they will sell it double price so that these guys will no longer go and import things, and things will start getting more expensive for their people. But they open a house in Lagos belonging to nobody. Everybody is now denying $43 million in cash. Nobody. Even the owner of the house said that it's not my own. The tenant that rented the house, which is Amechi from River State, say that it's not his own. Thinking where somebody, human being, will deny $43 million in cash. I don't need to order, let's call it 50 million in cash. Then leave other currency. Only that 50 million, if you start selling it, if it's a nation that love themselves, that money, maybe you rent it to bank so that your people will keep on holding the importation power in Africa. No, these guys keep on ruling the nation as if the nation is going to sink tomorrow. As I'm telling you now, that Nigeria have started breaking up from inside. I know that you will not believe me. You can never accept it until you see it. But Nigeria is breaking up. They're only covering up so that there will be no panic in the street. Whom are you ruling? Let me ask you. Nigerian police cannot control the herdsmen that are carrying gun. Before, when we are small, the Hausa herdsmen does travel with stick that they use to control their cows. Today, nobody can open mouth and tell the herdsmen to drop their gun. Do you know why? The herdsmen are not under Nigerian government. The herdsmen are operating under Sharia government, which runs under the Nigerian government. That means they have every right to carry the gun and move around. The only person that can order them to drop that gun is their Sharia government. And Nigeria knows it quite well, and they don't want to tell you. That is to tell you, the nation is not in existence. Somebody will steal garri because he's hungry. Police will be standing watching. People on the street will kill a small boy, and no police won't arrest even a dog. Is that a nation? I don't think that thing is a nation. A nation where police will see people gathering, making arguments because of Chelsea and the Liverpool, and they will tell you that it's illegal gathering and they cock gun and kill. Is that a nation where you are proud to live as a person? A nation where trailer, nobody controls trailer if trailer has brake or not. Where trailer will be moving and fail brake and squash as many as it can before it will stop. And nobody talks. Is that a nation? A nation where you will fail to give police 20 naira and they will bury you tomorrow. Is that a nation? A nation where somebody will wear camouflage of military from United States, not even Nigeria camouflage, and military will beat him to death. Is that a nation? What are you proud of in that country? A nation, somebody you employed, you are paying him, feeding the family in northern Nigeria. When there is misunderstanding on the street, he will forget his penknife inside your stomach. Is that a nation? A nation where tribalism have eaten the whole bones of the whole people. Is that a nation? Oh my God. A nation when they want to count census, Lagos State will count all the whole citizens living in their state into their census and pass it to the federal government. But when the revenues came under that number they provide, they will tell Igbo man to go to their place, that he doesn't belong here. Is that a nation? Oh my God. Which one am I going to mention? Which one am I going to leave? That nation, even though the Igbos are agitating to pull out, or that the Eastern Nigeria are agitating to pull out, you as a Nigerian, you as a Hausa man, who is your highest customer in what you are doing? Is it not the Igbos? Where are your brothers? Who are the highest siphoning of the nation fund? And today, the whole schools, universities are back there, but Igbos will still come there and carry the largest certificate and get out. That nation shouldn't be one. There is too much division. And that nation, British made a very powerful mistake in putting it as one country. And the British now opening their mouth to tell Nigeria they stand with them under one Nigeria. Ask me, what is, if Nigeria is independent, what is Britain high commissioner looking for inside Nigeria and visiting all the kingdoms in Yorubas and some part of Nigeria and promising them they will back them for one Nigeria. That is to show you that you are their caretaker. They have never ever given Nigeria independence. They gave Nigeria caretaking. Look, may read Nigerian Constitution. If you read from 1952, if you read from 1952 till 1960, before independence, you will be able to figure out that Britain have been, the only people Britain colonized, let me tell you, is Eastern region. The only people Britain colonized on this Nigeria of a thing, because Britain did not dictate for the northern Nigeria. Britain did not change their constitution. Britain did not tamper them. Britain left the kingdom to remain. The only people that they scattered and destroyed is the East. They destroyed the culture of the East, the heritage of the East, their language, everything was dismantled, and they planted a different thing. As they went to the eastern part of Nigeria, they noticed if you try to negotiate with eastern people, you cannot negotiate with the kingdoms like they does in Yoruba or Hausa. In Igbos, it's elders. You will visit this elder, you will go to this elder, and they are sick and tired, and they planted those kings that you see around. That is Britain. They eradicate everything existing on that place and plant their own thing. And they have an agreement. There is an agreement signed between British and the Eastern region before colonization started. The Eastern region signed with the British that British is allowed to operate in their territory because of business. But British is not allowed to interfere in their matters or their inner calculus, whatever. At the end of the day, British now overpowered them and took over and joined the whole deal. Look, these tribes that made up Nigeria are independent tribes. They are all independent when British visited that area. Every kingdom, little kingdoms, all of them are independent. That is why up to today they answer community by community. You know? Please, my people, not only Biafra, you Yoruba, if you are proud, are you proud? You are not proud. I know that maybe the way they are maltreating the Igbos is not the way they are maltreating you. But are you free? What can you do? What can you do as an independent person? Can you stand like an Hausa man in Nigeria and dictate something? You will end up in prison. Obasanjo, how many years did he spend in prison before he came out? It's Obasanjo. Awolowo too. Didn't he put? Look, you are allying yourself because of fear with Hausa, knowing that they will do you no good. Every order being taken in Nigeria has been come from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, all these Arab nations are the people organizing whatever that is happening in Nigeria. It's even them that lobbied on behalf of Buhari to Obama and Clinton so that they will push Jonathan out and install him, which they did. So being on that nation, calling yourself one Nigeria, this Igboism, this Igbo people self, are you proud to be a Nigerian? Where people cannot feed themselves, where somebody cannot even buy a cup of garri, where somebody bunkered 43 million, 50 million cash in raw dollar cash, as the Central Bank of America printed it, cash inside his room, and people cannot feed. Somebody cannot buy garri. Oh my God. Why is it our people that they are too heartless? And you see, yeah, let's give him time. Maybe he will change tomorrow. Nigeria will never change. Right from IBB, things keeps on going up till today. It have never go down. They only rule you. They are not even ruling yourself. They are only colonizing all of you. Nigeria is recolonizing their citizens. That is why you should sit down, think it, ask yourself, does it worth it, me being here and these Igbos are join, pull, Oduduwa, pull. You will be far more better than this one Nigeria. All the resources, the gas that is in Yoruba, all the resources, timber, salt, I have read it before. All the whole resources that is existing in Yoruba land. So that you, everybody, free education will reach every damn citizen of your people. Leave the northerners. Do you know that as the Yoruba block Benin Republic, as a Nigeria block Benin Republic, so that things won't come in, they blocked Calabar and the Cameroon side so that we will not be trading. But they opened Niger and Chad. Their business is running as normal as if we and Chad are one. All the ammunition Boko Haram are using are floating into that area like no man business. But they block Benin Republic for you not to trade as normal. They block a lot of things. And they block even for an Easterner to go to North and buy one tipper of beans or whatever. Before he will reach to that place, somebody who is going to the English side of Cameroon have gone and come back with his goods, and even cheaper and more quality. Not this American corn that they are bringing in that are killing people, giving people cancer. You know. So all I have for you people, my people, is think about separation. The nation need to separate. They are no longer qualified to rule themselves. They are no longer able to handle the issues running inside the nation. The nation is like where a family deliver a child and allow the child to take care of itself. Do whatever you like. Maybe tomorrow you go your way. That is Nigeria for you. Only the elite, and if you check that elite from IBB to Obasanjo, Tinubu, all that clique. If you look at there is some of Abacha pictures. If you keep on watching Abacha pictures, you will see the Yorubas that are ruling today. All of them are at his back. These guys, all of them were eating before. Even Tinubu, that is a millionaire today, that they say that is the richest man. That man has Abacha's money. That man, tell him that I said he has Abacha's money that he did not deliver to Nigeria. He now turned it to become his own private. What did he do to become a billionaire inside Nigeria? What is the history of the family? In Europe, for somebody to be a billionaire, they will be able to trace how many centuries that company have run under the name of your forefathers. But in Nigeria, somebody will come out today and become a billionaire. It's not done that way. So, if Igbos and Biafrans are agitating, don't go against them. Ask yourself, am I proud to be a Nigerian? Am I proud to be under that union? No. That union is now at risk. That union is now going down. And it is the blood of the citizens, the blood of the Easterners that they pour on that road that is after them. And they will destroy themselves. They will fight each other, they will kill themselves. But I'm afraid that Biafrans are not united. Biafrans are not doing things right. Biafrans have not even write their constitution and other things that will govern them. Please, God Almighty, touch the Biafrans to put their ass together, because Nigeria is going down on its own. God bless you and happy Easter to all of you, to all our brothers, wherever you find yourself. Bye-bye for now. And don't forget, tomorrow, 7 o'clock German time, there will be open question and answer. I made a video and give you the agenda of tomorrow. Have you get yourself prepared? Come in and call in, ask questions. This number is open for all of us to call in, ask questions. No question is stupid, no question is silly. Every question deserves answer. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you, my brother, this one I don't know. I got to verify, I got to inquire, I got to ask questions to those who knows more than me, because nobody knows everything. Yes.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adelino Bamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.